Hi, this is Gabrielle Cavassa, and you're watching First Look.
From night to night, you'll find me too weak to break the chains that bind me. I need no shackles to remind me I'm just a prisoner of love.
Gabrielle Cavassa has just released her Blue Note debut album, Diavola. The record strips away any superfluous flotsam and jetsam of production, leaving just the emotional richness of every song that she performs. When I first heard Gabrielle, and forgive me for talking about you in the third person here, when I first heard Gabrielle singing on Josh Redman's Where Are We album, I was blown away by the raw intimacy and the honesty of her singing. And armed with brilliant songs and an incredible band consisting of Brian Blade, Larry Grenadier, Jeff Parker, Paul Cornish, and the album's co-producer Joshua Redman, she's crafted an elegant testament to human nature and a beautiful listening experience. So congratulations, Gabrielle, on this wonderful album, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Don. And you
Um,
forgot yourself.
I did. Well, I didn't play, but
I know, but you were there.
I was there.
Good
Yes.
for you.
Okay. Thank you. Let's talk about the song selections. If you simply glance at the running order, it looks it looks kind of random,
Mm.
but there's definitely a theme about the duality of human spirit and other themes that bind the album together. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I think Diavola is sort of a character that's able to hold those opposing forces. So, like, I think the record has a lot of optimism and its opposite, which is to me perfectionism even more than pessimism,
Mhm.
and desire and melancholy, and of course, you know, angels and demons.
The musicians on this album are remarkable, man. Their playing appears minimalist, but in fact, I think there's a staggering eloquence to their restraint and their choices. Was there a whole lot of rehearsal that went into getting people locked together like this? Did it take a long time to develop the chemistry?
No, it didn't take a long time. Jeff and I worked together a few times in the year prior to recording because we knew we were going to record, and I felt like that relationship was important to develop. So
Mm.
we did a gig together in LA and in New Orleans and did a couple sessions at your house. So we were familiar. And then when the band got together, we had I'm forgetting now, 2 or 3 days. It might have only been 2 days of rehearsal and three
Yeah,
days recording.
yeah.
And I think, it was a risk, but I was betting on, the best musicians that I know, and also a feeling of what would be chemistry, and an intuitive feeling of what would work. And, you know, that decision was not made lightly. And
Yeah.
I was so, I knew immediately, and I don't think I was surprised either, but I knew that it was going to be a special and unique band.
Your instincts are right about that. Now, you covered the Burt Bacharach Hal David song, Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, and everybody knows it, but nobody has heard it done like this before. Tell us a little bit about that one.
So when I was young, my mom gave me a music box that played Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, and it had belonged to her when she was a little girl. So this is probably like one of the first songs I ever had stuck in my head, uh, and it only played the A section, so I never learned the bridge. And I didn't even know what the song was really. I just knew the tune.
Yeah.
And so, you know, when we were planning to make this record, that was one of the first things that came to mind, just because it was, bothering me. It was in my head, and I wanted to take a stab at it. And when I talked about it with Jeff, he also had like an early memory of that song because his sister had it on vinyl when he was growing up. And so he wanted to like steal that record and listen to it. So I thought it was cool that, so many of us have a relationship to that song because it's just like a classic and it's iconic, yeah. And it's interesting to try to do songs like that, but it didn't, it felt very personal to me because of my history with it. So, yeah.
Let's play a little bit of it.
Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Cry is not for me, no. I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining because I'm free.
That's Gabrielle Cavassa. Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head from her new album, Diavola. Gabrielle, it's a gorgeous album. Thank you so much for being here today to talk about it.
Thank you, Don.
Always good to see you. And we'll see y'all next time on First Look. If you enjoyed First Look and would like to see more, please hit the subscribe button and also click the bell icon. That way, you'll be notified when we post our next video.